This is my final presentation. My name is Ryan Farrell. This is Miss Graham's class. My mentor is Diane Bull. I worked in County Criminal Court 11, and my name is Ryan Farrell, and I did law. About my mentor. For the last 17 years, Judge Bull has been the presiding judge of County Criminal Court at number 11 at Harris County Court that hears criminal misdemeanor cases. Prior to her election in County Criminal Court at Law number 11 in November 1994, Judge Bull spent 5 of her 27-year legal career as an assistant district attorney in Harris County and also in Polk County. Thereafter, she represented 2 law enforcement organizations as their in-house counsel and had a general civil and criminal practice for several years. Judge Bull presently presides over a variety of misdemeanor cases and over one of 3 misdemeanor DWI court dockets in Harris County. Judge Bull has received numerous awards for her duties and recognition honors from various community organizations and law enforcement agencies for her innovative sentencing policies and various court-sponsored projects. She's served on various committees and for the Harris County Criminal Courts at Law, the Texas Center for Judiciary, and the HBA. She presently serves on the DWI Court Committee and Budget Committee, 2nd Judicial Region for the Texas Center for the Judiciary, the Harris County Probation Pretrial Standing Committee, Chair of the Harris County DWI Court. So my mentor is in good hands, and she knows a lot about law, as I just showed you. She knows a lot. She's probably forgotten more about law than I'll ever learn. Tell you the truth. Thoughts before the internship? I was really thrilled to get the opportunity for this internship to work with a judge in a courtroom for at least 4 hours a week, because first off, it would give me a ton of valuable experience. Can't beat that. It would give me an extraordinary advantage among others contesting to be a lawyer at the age of only 17. I'm working with a county criminal court judge. And it's really awesome. I mean, it's a judge. The only time I've ever seen a judge is on TV or, you know, in Law and Order Special Victims Unit, some TV show, but I got an actual hands-on experience with the judge. Some may have been with the judge for the wrong reasons at the wrong times, but I will tell you this, judges do the jobs and do it right. First day on site was a tad bit embarrassing because I did not know how to get downtown. So I showed up a little bit late, and I felt as if I gave off the wrong picture of me, wrong image, and so I worked out the entire internship to value my image, which that actually benefited me. So I feel as if I worked harder. I already knew what was to be expected from me because of my last internship with Doug Dice, an attorney at law, and I didn't get to spend as much time in the courtroom as I did in this internship, but it was very valuable. I also knew, for the most part, what I'd be doing, again, for my last internship. Individuals on site I worked with mostly the court coordinator, Rachel, same last name as me, Farrell. That was an interesting first day also, who coordinates everything. I also worked with the probation officer, Barbara, who handled all of the probationers. Pretty same the name. I got to work with some of the DAs and court-appointed attorneys, which I must say, I thank them very much. I'll get into that later. But and then I got to work with my judge, and mostly with DWI court cases. The court coordinator. Basically, I help coordinate everything going on in the courtroom, such as the case files, where the court-appointed attorneys go. You know, they get a list of who doesn't have an attorney, and I get to pick and choose which one goes where. So that's a big job. I reset court dates and help others file for an attorney if needed, like I just said earlier. I looked up past records of individuals going into a case file. Some may have been overlooked, but anytime asked. Coordinated the schedule for the judge. You know, the docket schedule, which one's up next to be prosecuted and such. What I like most about working in this aspect of the courtroom is to see the small things that go on that make the courtroom successfully go on. Make it function properly. I was so surprised. Without a court coordinator, everyone would be truly lost. And that's to tell you the truth. They coordinate everything, like their name, coordinator. And the court-appointed attorney. I got to have a hands-on feel for what an attorney does for their client, for example. The advice given on how to take up the case. He would usually give the client 2 to 3 options on how they want to take the case, but would give them the best option in his opinion. And that's basically a good job of an attorney. Different aspect of view, that's something I can take into advice. I got to see how a plea deal works from the defense's side, how they debate over the subject, the mindset they have, such things. What I like most about working with a court-appointed attorney is how insightful and helpful they were to me. Giving me small tips and going out of their way. Definitely going out of their way to make sure I take something home from this experience, and I did. I want to thank them very much. District attorneys, the DA's office. The DA's gave me a great perspective from the prosecutor's side. Prosecuting, I got to see a live trial, actually, and that was very valuable to me, very valuable. I've been in a couple, mostly seen plea deals throughout the entire subject, but it was something. And plea deals again. I got to see how the prosecutors took it, like how they decided they give them days served, time served, that they already served and such, and what they would do, the mindset going in, like as such from the defensive side. Back to the live trial, it was about a possession of a illegal substance case. I got to see how the DA took the case in the courtroom, how they argued against the defense, how they used the evidence as a persuasion of guilt and such. Also, not something most people get to see. I got to see how leading up to the trial, which I'll get into right here. The live trial continued. I got to see the steps taken going into trial by the prosecutor side, and may I say, if I would not want to go against them. They don't leave a stone unturned. They will make sure to have a solid case going in, so you better have a solid case too. First off, with interviewing all eyewitnesses, including the police officer, I did not know that they did not like to use a police officer because majority of the time the police officer can weaken the case. With from the defensive side, the questions that are asked can put the police officer in question. Many of the times it's been very easy and been done and has totally ruined a case and let a guilty man go free. Then they double check all the evidence, making sure this, like I said earlier, no stone was left unturned, such as in this case it would be marijuana. And they made sure it was double checked. They made sure the percentage amount and such. And the next day they worked up a storyboard on how they're going to take up the case. And that was interesting. So, I knew they didn't just go in blinded into a case, but it was very interesting to get the whole experience, the whole round. A probation officer, Barbara, this is interesting, learning how probationers are dealt with the institutions they go to, the drug institutions, mental institutions, and such, how they get off, you can say in a way. And there is no lenience for probationers. If they're to break another law or break their deal that they made in the court of law, they are going to be immediately sentenced, and there's no lenience at all. What I like most about this job was getting some experience with probationers. I had really never dealt with one, never seen one, never learned about one. So that was interesting. Typical day on site. First off, I would help Rachel leading up to my final presentation, my final project, and what I would be working with. And after that, I'll either work with the DA or the court-appointed attorneys. It was my choice. Then I'll work with the probationers officers with their case files. Some days I'll work with the judge on other DWI cases. My contributions, I bring an extra helping hand, which is very important, relieving some stress off of others' hands and shoulders, which I believe is very valuable. And then also I believe I bring out the best in the workers on site. They don't want to give off a bad image to an intern, a 17-year-old intern that wants to take up a job as an attorney. They're going to give their best. They're going to give the best they can do. They're going to show me the best, in my opinion, and they did. Very good job. What I'm most proud of is my accomplishments in the courtroom and my final project and how successful I was. I worked extremely hard on my final project, and I'm really glad it came out successfully, which I'll get into later. The most frustrating thing is me not having a law degree. That was extremely frustrating because there was a lot of potential I could have got it more into, but I wasn't able to because I did not have a law degree. I wasn't actually legally allowed to do much. And the final project was to become the court coordinator of the day and handling every individual case file, whether it had to be prosecuted by the DA or needed to be reset for many reasons. There are 23 reasons to be exact, actually. Or dealing with the accused, such as they need a court-appointed attorney, or if they didn't go to court that day, I have to call in a warrant for their arrest, because if they're on bond. And then I was able to successfully do it without the help of Rachel, the court coordinator, and I'm very glad of that. That's a big accomplishment in my opinion. But leading to the final project, I worked with Rachel for about 3 to 4 months. Individual things, small things, and then building up to doing multiple things at a time. And then I was a little scared going in at first, you know, because the court coordinator really coordinates everything. They make sure everything flow nicely. And I was, you know, I made sure everything didn't miss a beat though. And I'm very glad of that.
And I want to thank my mentor, Diane Moore. I thank Rachel Farrell. I want to thank Probation Officer Barbara.